And we're back. Yes, sir.
The Bucks are back. The Bucks are back.
Oh, boy. The Bucks are back, and we're buzzing, boys.
The Bucks are back, and we're on the attack.
T-Back,
Yeah.
tell everyone about a little recap that we got going on today.
Hey, yeah, we got a little recap. You know, we got a few things to talk about. Obviously, you've seen the video. If you roll with Matty Merck, you did very
Shout out
well.
Matty Merck.
Made a lot of money. Shout out Matty Merck.
Hey.
Matty Moped. I mean, there's not more I can say about that. We're going to recap that whole card. Shout out John Jones, a new undisputed heavyweight champion of the world.
True.
Yeah, we'll get to that. And
now
also,
all he has to do is defend it one more time, and then Matty Merck wins his bet on him staying as heavyweight champ for the year.
Yes.
So, yeah. Some good.
And I
great
think he has a
stuff.
good chance of defending that, if I do say so myself.
Yeah. The number one contender
The
just got ran through.
ran through in what, a minute and a half, 2 minutes,
So
whatever.
if we can, can we get that highlight really quick? So as we know, UFC 285, main event, John Jones versus Cyril Gane. Cyril Gane, number one contender, freak, everyone, bad man, all this stuff. John Jones, he's washed. He hasn't fought in 3 years. Oh, he's fat. Oh, he's old. All that. But we know John Jones is still John Jones. We know what that family can do. We're New England people, so we know Chandler Jones. We know the Jones family. We know what they do.
Yeah, hey, I mean, shout out Chandler Jones, but also not shout out Chandler Jones for what he did to the Pats and Mac Jones this year. But he was a great Patriot for a while.
We should have won that game, though.
And also shout out the oldest brother, Arthur Jones.
Arthur Jones, yeah. Ex-D lineman.
Ex-D lineman for, I know he played for the Ravens and someone else, I'm sure, but.
Yeah. I mean, family's a freak. They just got it in their
They
genes.
got that gene.
But yeah, so John Jones, off couch, as people would say, pulls up in, I think, under a minute, submits Cyril Gane.
Under a minute.
Guillotine choke against
the video
cage.
of his highlights is longer than the actual fight.
Literally. I thought, what was really cool? I thought John Jones was going to fight till like 2 a.m. But the cards moved pretty quickly, and I think he probably started like 12:45.
Yep.
Ish, because I remember it was like 1 a.m. like right when he finished him in the first round.
Yep.
And it was just sick, like
definitely
electric factory.
Saved
dude.
a little bit of time.
Yeah, definitely nice when you're just trying to sleep. Like, I love UFC cards, but staying up mad late sucks. But it's okay.
Yeah.
But no, for real.
Yeah,
what a show.
They really hyped up this cereal guy. Who kept calling him cereal?
John Jones was calling him that in the beginning stages, just talking his shit.
Yeah, just
talking his trash.
Oh yeah. Show off that back now. Show off the back.
And but yeah, submitted him first round, guillotine, like so crazy. And Cyril Gane's supposed to be like, he's supposed to be the best. And now they're him and the next contender, Stipe Miocic, had
and by the way,
they had some words, as you saw.
They had some words.
Not together, but they put them side by side, and they're having words.
Yeah.
And they actually interviewed. I forget which. I think her name's Megan O'Leary. Interviewed Stipe and was just like asking him, and Stipe was just like wants the smoke. He just wants it
Let's
so
go.
bad. He just wants it. So
I'm looking forward to it.
yeah, I think Jones kills him. Easy
Yeah.
money.
But like we said, John Jones weighed in at what?
248.
248.
Cyril Gane was 250.
Yeah, so about the same weight.
Yep, same weight, same height, same everything.
Just went to town.
Except he's older.
He's just way stronger than him. He just legitimately just overpowered him.
I mean, he's older by like 4 or 5 years, and like that's like so much time if you think about it. Like just training martial arts, where you just like learn so much.
He's been training for 3 years for this fight, or he's been
training
off
his whole life.
He's been off.
He hasn't fought in 3
he-
years, but he's
yes.
he's continued to train for sure. He knew his comeback was coming, and
Yes.
but yeah, Cyril Gane, if he just wants to, he's gotta up his shit if he wants to be the best. You know what I mean? Like
Facts.
You got to up everything. You can't get manhandled like that. You can't get tapped out first round. You're supposed to be
Cyril
this-
Gahn was supposed to be a dog.
Cyril Gahn was supposed to be a dog, and dude, Francis struggled with him.
Yeah.
I mean, he I'm pretty sure he submitted him too, but like I think that
so
was like way later on. So like,
John Jones would.
I think John Jones
destroy
would dummy
Francis.
Francis low key.
He's the GOAT. Francis not even the UFC anymore. So what are we talking about?
Yeah, 100%. I think. Hey, all I know is we got more cards to come. Big cards. Leon versus Usman 3 is coming. Leon was the one that one-tapped him. That's coming up in a couple weeks. Then we got Israel Adesanya versus Alex Pereira, where Izzy got one tapped by him, and that's coming up.
Shout
2
out.
weeks after Leon Usman 3. So next month we're gonna be having some sick fucking UFC cards.
Yes.
Some big stuff coming for you guys, and
Let's go. Give it
just
up.
keep
for
riding.
that.
Keep
Give it up.
riding.
Thank you, live crowd. Always great at clapping.
yeah. Shout to John Jones. Shout
Shout
Cyril
out.
Gahn, but
He's the GOAT. Hold on.
John Jones is the GOAT. Valentina Shevchenko, former champ, women's
How'd she
flyweight
do?
champ. She lost to Alexa Grasso.
Oh, shit.
So if you bet if you saw on our last betting pod, Merck said, I'm picking the under for this fight. He says I'm not betting on anyone. I'm just picking the under.
Yeah.
Picked the under, and he was right. It hit. Under hit. Great fight though, Alexa Grasso. Now the new champ. Stole it from the like undisputed champ. Like defended her title like 100 times, and
Yeah,
I think it was like 8
Merck.
times.
Merck was very strongly, and you as well.
I
Very
was-
strongly not going for Rasso.
Yeah, like she's defended it like no contest, like straight up, just better than everybody. And
What's
like,
her
I don't
name?
know, Valentina Shevchenko, Russian.
Yeah, right here. Grasso wins in submission.
Grasso won by rear naked choke. It was crazy, and it was basically like when Amanda Nunes lost to Julia Pena. It was that crazy
But shout out to Matty Moped for picking the under.
because he knew.
Was 4.5.
He knew.
And he knew it would end in less than 4.5, which it did.
He knew. And
That's
then,
how we know.
That's how we know. In the next fight, he picked Shavkat Rakhmonov, which he guessed correctly. He won by submission, round 3.
Let's go.
It was
That's
sick.
another one right for
And then-
Matty Mo. That's Matty Mo.
That's Matty Moped. And then so Merck PG'd Matus Gamrot, also known as Gamer, to win against his fight with Jalen Turner, which he was right because he won by decision. So Gamrot with that dub. And then
That's another one right for Matty Moped. If you roll with him, you made a lot of money. Can't reiterate that enough.
Yep. And now last one, Bo Nickel versus Jamie Pickett.
No
And
Bickle.
No Bickle. Shout out No Bickle.
Shouts.
So Merck stayed away from betting on because he didn't like the odds because we all knew Bo Nickel was gonna win.
Yeah.
The odds were like negative 1,800.
But-
So you have to put $1,800 down to win 100. So not worth that
Not
many.
worth it.
But he did say like, if you wanted to, you could bet on submission or like what round, like early round. Obviously, like he was like just bet other things that like have some value. Like Bo Nickel by sub was probably pretty high, but like if you guessed him by sub first round, got a little specific with it, you could probably got cheese with it. So yeah, if you watch the pod, Merck talked about it.
Yes, ride with Matty Moped.
And
Always
yeah.
do. Always make a lot of money.
That's the main card.
Always.
But I want to talk about the main of the prelim, which was Derek Brunson. He lost second round, got TKO'd. He was getting battered, and Herb Dean was reffing, and Herb Dean wasn't calling it. And like,
shout out Herb Dean, by the way.
shout out Herb Dean. I think, in my opinion, he's a great ref. Yep, those shots.
Live crowd. Live crowd.
I think he's a great ref. I think people give him some slack. I mean, give him some flack for some reason.
Yeah.
But last night, he definitely let that fight.
He let him rock.
So yeah, so like there's like a minute left, right? Like they're on the ground, and Brunson's kind of getting ground pound a little bit, but like he's alive. You can tell he's like working, and so like I think Eric was just like trying to like let him. All right, it's a minute left. Just like grind out, like get it back to third round. But like dude, like the last 10 seconds, like he was getting hammer fisted in the face, like not doing anything, and Herb didn't call it. And then finally, like he lasts the round, like we're good. And then he lasts round, then Herb calls it. Herb says no more, no.
The
He's
round's
too
over,
much.
and he says
He
just calls it.
He grinded out the second round, like so he could fight the third, like finish strong. But he called it after letting him get battered. And so I was kind of confused. Like you
battered and bruised.
You could have saved him that last minute, which was arguably the worst minute, and called it, or like I don't know. It doesn't matter.
They called it a TKO.
Yeah, it was TKO. But then, so that was that. So we lost that one. Definitely, that's how it goes. That's how fighting goes.
You never know.
And Brunson, I was definitely shaky on him anyways because, of the age factor and his last fight. He just looked really sloppy. So, but hey.
He's the one.
I trust Matty Moped. So, hey, you win some, you lose some. But
yeah, that's the one pick that he didn't hit.
We're up big. That's all that matters.
Yeah, the one pick he didn't hit.
And that's cool. And then last fight I want to talk about was Cody Garbrandt's fight. Cody Garbrandt won by decision. I can't talk. He won by decision. Looks great out there. Gave a really good fight. I wish, he got a really an electrifying like knockout or finish because we know he's got that power. But
yeah,
I don't know. I think Cody Garbrandt's kind of, he's out of his prime a little bit, and still a good fighter to watch. Still fun to, see him out there. He's a good test of the young bulls out there.
Yeah, he looked like he dominated strike percentage, as you can tell by this.
He's a freak striker. But it was great. We had a good time, and what was also really cool is Jake Gyllenhaal is filming a movie about like UFC MMA, and he what is that beeping noise? Whatever. But yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal is filming an MMA movie, UFC movie. If you saw him, he looks shredded. He looks huge. There was a thing where he did a little weigh-in, and like Dana was there and stuff, and
I gotta look this up.
He kind of shoves the guy. Yeah, look up Jake Gyllenhaal, UFC 285. But yeah, if you're a big UFC fan or a sports fan or just a betting fan in general, definitely watch. This is some good stuff for you guys. Definitely just, giving our opinions, our ideas on things. So yeah, keep listening, keep watching. More stuff coming with an UFC.
Facts.
And then college basketball coming, March Madness coming.
March Madness pod coming.
Soon.
We're gonna do our brackets. We're gonna follow along week by week until obviously the Natty and the winner of the Bice March Madness. What do you want to call it? Run. Whoever
March Madness.
Whoever of the Bice has the best bracket. There's gonna be a prize, and there's gonna be a consequence for the loser.
Yeah, the prize is 1,000 subscribers. Get us to 1,000.
Well, yeah, that's not what I was really saying, but
yeah,
well, but get us to 1,000.
Get us to 1,000.
Regardless.
Get us to 1,000. Wow, please.
But another thing I want to talk about.
Let's hear it.
NFL Combine going on. Well, it's finishing up today with the running backs and O-line. It's on right now, actually. We could actually toss that on if we really want.
Did you get to see the Jake Gyllenhaal thing, though?
Yes.
Yeah, it's cool.
He's shreddy.
He's looking good. He's filming a movie where he's an MMA fighter. And the scenes I saw are like what they showed at the event. He was just doing a weigh-in with a guy, getting in his face, shoving him, and then they had them in the ring, and Jake Gyllenhaal like is just like attacking his shit, and the ref's trying to get him off, and he's just still fighting him. So I don't know. I'm excited to see what it's got to be. It's got to be about like some, dirty MMA fighter probably falls off. It's got to be like the fall off story. He falls off, everyone shits on him.
Yeah.
He sucks, he's dirty, he's all this, and then he
gets
into drugs, and he's a mess, and then he cleans his shit up, comes back.
The Ultimate Fighter story.
Yeah, exactly. He cleans his shit up, comes back, and gets better, and that's what I'd assume it's about, but I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I mean that's why you have to watch to find out.
Watch and find out. But continue with the Combine. This is some good stuff.
Yeah. So Combine. A lot of guys been showing out. I know your boy, AR-15. Talk to me about him.
He's not my boy, but when you read those stats, so me and Merck were talking about it this morning, and pretty much we were just combining some stats.
Anthony Richardson, QB out of Florida.
Yep, for the Gators. We were just combining some stats for some past GOATs within the
Gator chomp on that ass.
within the NFL, and one that had a striking resemblance was Cam Newton. Shouts Cam Newton.
Yeah, shout. Hey.
Come on the pod, Cam.
An all-time Cam. Shout out. Comment.
New England guy.
Reach into our DMs are open. If you want to come on the pod, please do.
Auburn guy.
All-time great Patriot.
Facts.
I don't say that as a player necessarily, but as an icon, absolutely.
I agree. I think just as a natural leader, I think
leader, icon, just someone like the community looked up to him.
Yeah, I think he just had that energy, captivates a room, gets you going. And even when I wasn't even a player.
He knows how to dress, let me tell you.
He knows how to dress. He knows how to just get people hyped up. He knows it's provocative, and
it gets
the
people going.
If we had prime Cam, like Cam when he went to the Super Bowl against the Broncos.
MVP Cam 2015 season.
MVP Cam. If we had MVP Cam, dude, it wouldn't have been fair. It would have been unfair because we had still a gross D, but offense was just shit. Like it was this year.
I still say to this day, if we win that game in Seattle,
yeah,
where Edelman had his all-time most receiving yards in one game. Yeah. Cam threw for like 350 or something, rushed for a couple.
But he fumbled
right at the goal line.
Yeah.
If we win that game, we're talking about a whole different season, whole different legacy for Cam. Although I think it's still a good legacy.
Yeah, I know. I agree. I mean, it's not what we wanted, but it's what we got. Shouts Cam. Not what we want, but that's it for another time. But yeah, so AR-15, striking resemblance to guys like Cam, big bodies, fast bodies.
Yeah, this man's
athletic,
like 6'4".
6'4", 240, ran a 4.4. Cam Newton ran a 4.6.
Faster.
I think Cam had the 10.6 broad. AR had the 10.9 broad.
Yes.
Just like
both impressive, but
getting stronger, faster, bigger, better, like all that stuff. So yeah, physically as a specimen.
He had a 40.5-inch vert. Cam had a 36.
Yeah, that's crazy too. But yeah, so just physical capabilities on paper, AR-15 looks like he should be superior, right? So that's what it's looking right. And then, we were looking at his college stats, threw for like about 3,000, a little less, I think, like 29, 28. Yep. And rushed for like 700, pretty solid. He had 9 rushing touchdowns, 17 passing, pretty good. He gets in the end zone. He finds the end zone. That's what you need out of a quarterback. And he's big body. He's athletic.
Absolutely.
Sounds like things you would all want out of a quarterback, especially
the one thing I will say about him and the Cam comparison, he was not on Cam's level of success in college.
Yeah, Cam's peak was
Cam
essentially college.
Won natty.
Heisman?
I gotta check that. I'm pretty sure he must have won the Heisman that year.
He must have.
Like, who else would?
But yeah, he's got that natty champ. Yeah, I mean, Cam in Auburn is like peak Cam essentially. Obviously, MVP Cam is peak Cam, but like
he also has 2010. He has the Heisman, national champion. He also, fun fact, is a national champion on the junior college level as well.
Really?
Yeah, because he went to.
Yeah, he was at JUCO. Because he was on the Gators. Oh,
he was a Gator behind.
Wow.
Behind Tebow.
The connections.
Got into some trouble. Left the Gators. Went to JUCO. I think it was Glenn University or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, he was involved with some shit.
Stole a laptop or something.
Yeah, whatever.
I mean, he's a football player. You're supposed to just give them the laptops.
Did he steal a laptop or I forget what it was.
Nah, yeah.
I thought he was like selling laptops. I forget.
That something with a laptop.
Yeah, something about laptops. But no, yeah, I think it's interesting to see these young bucks, these young guys that are just like, yeah, like you can't teach what they already got. You know what I mean? 6'4", 240, 4'4", like, yeah, you can't teach that. That's like something you just gotta have.
Can't teach it at all.
Like, yeah, you can
But I looked it up here. Cam
grind your
Newton.
balls off, but if you're not naturally there, it's just not there.
I agree. But sorry to
No, you're good.
butt
You're good.
in. Cam Newton was charged with stealing another student's laptop, computer. Yeah. So
Hey, well, let's keep that quiet now. We're not snitches.
yeah, we're not snitches. And shout out Cam.
Shouts Cam.
He probably gave it to him and then tried to get the future all American in trouble. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't want to speculate. I don't.
Yeah, no speculation.
It's in the past now. But hey,
But yeah, we're watching some verts right now.
are these the big boys?
These are the hogs right here.
Yeah, the root hogs.
9-7. That's really good for O-lineman.
Yeah. T-Beck had a 9-10, by the way.
Yeah, shouts 9-10s everywhere.
Shouts 9-10s. What was your vert? 40?
32.
It was 32?
Yeah.
Damn.
That's legit.
All right. Well.
That's legit.
Yeah, no, definitely give it a watch. Yeah, people are just breaking dummy times nowadays. It's stupid.
Combine.
It's stupid.
I always love watching it. We actually have a little short up.
Of what's his name?
Darnell,
yeah.
Henderson. No.
Daryl Henderson. Who?
Darnell Washington.
Darnell Washington.
Tight end out of Georgia. That's who it is. Darnell
His
Washington.
combine, yeah.
Check it out.
Give it a watch. Give it a click, give it a like.
He balled out all combine, and you'll see a little highlight. Just see a little highlight. Just check it out.
Hell yeah. But yeah, I'm excited to see what. I'm already fiending for NFL next season. I just need to know what happens.
I
just need to see the
I
pads be
can't.
fun,
I can't wait
dude.
till we. What should we do for the draft? We should do like a live
draft.
Live coverage of the draft.
Dude, we're down for anything. Right?
Yeah, I mean,
nothing's off the table.
Shout out Rich Eisen, by the way.
Nothing's off the table, guys. We're here to do anything and everything.
Everything and anything.
Anything and everything.
Anything and everything.
But yeah, what else you want to talk about on the any other prospects that you like other than AR? Anthony
So that's sorry, I'm in a trance right now. This guy's kick slides are immaculate.
But yeah, who do we got to look out for? Any big players?
So I want to give a little shout out to a local guy. I don't know where he's from originally, but he played his college ball locally at Boston College. Trey Flowers. Give a little shout out.
Shout out to Trey Flowers.
He is ranked as the number 2 overall receiver in the entire draft.
Is he really?
Yeah. So
He's a New England guy?
I'm going to look him up. I'm going to see where he's actually from. But number 2 receiver ranked in the draft.
What do you think of Jahmyr Gibbs?
Jahmyr Gibbs, who's that?
He's a running back in college ball. He goes to Bama, I think.
Yes, he's one of the top running backs in the draft. But
they say he's like not an Alvin Kamara type.
Yeah.
You think that's true?
I would agree with that.
You would?
But I would also say that he's not the best running back in the draft at all.
Oh, really? There's better?
There's better.
Who do you got?
Hold on, what's his name? Oh yeah, Bijan Robinson.
Bijan Robinson. He goes to Texas, right?
They said they're giving him comparisons to Barry Sanders. I've heard.
Yeah, he's big boy.
Herschel Walker. I've heard LaDainian Tomlinson in college.
Oh yeah, LT.
I mean, he has potential to be one of the best, and I guess I hear he's a very humble young man as well.
Okay.
One of the most humble. They have him rated as in the top 5 players in the entire draft.
No.
As a running back, that's tough to do.
That is
especially
very
in today's NFL where we're throwing the ball like crazy. But what was I gonna look up? Something good. Oh yeah.
I'm looking up some Anthony Richardson stuff right now. They're basically saying he's like a Derrick Henry.
Who?
Anthony Richardson. But
The
faster.
As a QB though.
As QB, yeah. He's basically like no need to have a running back because he'll just take it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Facts.
42% on deep passes. And it was pretty crazy. Intermediate passes, 64%. Short passes, dead last. Very bad at short passes.
All right, I said Trey, but it's Zay Flowers. Pardon
Trey
my
Flowers
French.
is a lineman, isn't he?
Yeah,
He used to play.
end.
Yeah.
Shout out former Patriot.
I was gonna say, Trey Flowers sounded too familiar.
Yeah, but he's
I
from
just went with
Fort
it.
Lauderdale.
I should have called you on your ass. But yeah, apparently Anthony Richardson's really bad at short passes. He has high turnover rate.
I mean,
What do you think about that?
that's something that could be cleaned up with
worked
good
on.
coaching,
Yeah, 100%.
and something you can work on. What you
Yeah.
can't work on is that athleticism,
That 4'4",
that size, that
yeah.
his arm strength, all that. But also, I want to give a shout out to C.J. Stroud.
Shouts.
Who Anthony Richardson was going behind him all day in the combine. But he balled. He didn't run a 40.
He's a running back?
No, he's a QB. So
Okay.
they're in the same group. Anthony Richardson, crazy strong arm. C.J. Stroud knows that. The QB from Ohio State, by the way.
Hell yeah.
And he was slinging it.
Shouts.
Smooth.
Give him shouts.
Everything looked just easy. Just like what it is for the Bice. Too easy. Too easy.
No. It's not too easy. It takes a lot of hard work, but.
Yeah, but
We're getting to
he
it.
definitely showed out.
Yeah, we have a lot of love for those guys grinding. Just want a shot. Give them a shot. That's
A
all
lot
it
of
is.
love, baby. A lot of love.
But, yeah, anything else you want to bring up about some sports? Anything else going on you like? What are you thinking?
Yeah. I want to see Zay Flowers 40 time, the number 2 receiver in the draft. Also, just messages from BC 442.
Oh, shit.
That's tough to beat. That's
Zay Flowers?
That's Zay Flowers. So keep an eye on him. Maybe the Patriots will be taking a look at him. Play ball locally. So
Yeah,
they know they like the local guys.
Pats
Give
know we
shouts.
could use those guys. It's a fact. We could use some pretty fast, skilled wide receivers and some strong O-linemen.
Ain't that the truth?
That's our number 2, in my opinion. Those are 2 things that we need, 1 and 2. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
We're gonna get it. I have faith in the Pats. Bill. Bill is he's the goat of all coaches. Bill O'Brien, the other Bill, he's coming back. So we actually have an OC.
We lost Patricia, which is not a loss this game.
But I'm excited to see what happens in this year's draft. And yeah, we'll definitely be covering it and talking about it more in the future. But
Looking forward
what
to
else
that.
we got on the docket here, Rand?
T-Bag, I was thinking we could definitely save this for another pod. I want to save it for another pod. But, we kind of touched upon this on another pod that will not be shown because we blew it. But it's okay. I blew it. But, yeah,
No one's fault.
would you want to do a deep dive back into the TB psyche a little bit and just tell everyone about you? You want to start that again or you want to do that another time?
Talk about the TB psyche.
TB psyche.
Just talk about me.
Just give me your origin story that we were supposed to do. We're on the topic of sports. It's a good transition period, and it's a big part of your fundamentals. Give us.
Yeah, absolutely. I've played sports my whole life. We've talked about it before. Learned a ton from it. Love playing sports. Super fun. Highly recommend. If you don't play sports, you should try it. Give it a shot. But also, I want to talk a little about the creative side of me.
Let's go.
Me and Rand, we were in a musical together back in high school.
We've done plenty
drama
other
club
musicals.
Yeah, drama club. I did that. Of all my years playing sports, this was probably some of the most fun I ever had because it was just It was similar to sports, but it was like in a different way. So maybe that's why it was so new to me, but it was also
it allowed you a different form of creativity.
Exactly. But yeah, that's awesome. And that's why a reason, and I'm sure you can attest, why we like doing the pod so much. Because we can be creative.
We already got it like that. Yeah,
Exactly.
It does come a little full circle like that. Like, we're not afraid. Some people are just like, don't like being on camera. Some people struggle to talk. But I think we've always, been able to do things like that. Hasn't been a problem for us. And I think, like you said, just other outlets that you need to try. Like, you can't knock anything. You got to just try things. You got to, you can't say like, oh, that's stupid. That's, this or that. You got to try things, see what works for you.
Yeah, definitely. And
there's no like stereotype. I feel like there doesn't need, or at least there doesn't need to be. Like, there doesn't need to be
what
like,
for?
Like, people just be like, people try to put blankets over people and try to like make them one dimensional. But like, people aren't one dimensional. You know what I mean? Like, people can just be like the geeky, like nerdy drama, chorus band person, or like the stereotypes of like, oh, like the masculine jock type thing. Like, that's just a stereotype. It doesn't. You can be whatever you want. It doesn't have to.
Yeah.
You don't have to put yourself in a box. You know what I mean? You can
Absolutely.
You can be both. You can do everything you want. So.
Yeah, and I feel like
were you able to do that
we
like, as a kid?
Represent that, yeah.
Yeah, like when you were younger, do you feel like you were able to be more than just one dimensional?
Yeah, I mean, I tried to be like, try to show my creative side. Shout out, actually, Delaire77.
Shouts.
He was a big shouts. He's a big influence. We influence each other, like in sports, in music, arts, all that. He's big into music.
He is an artiste.
He's very, very talented.
Very talented artiste.
Check out his stuff. Check out
Always
our pod
EP. Check out the Always
with
EP.
him. The Always EP
By Delaire77. Shouts.
But, yeah, I always just love showing the creative side.
What were some things that you remember trying to like not be one dimensional?
So played instruments. So I always played sports my whole life, the whole way. So there's the first dimension that's was always there, and it's always been part of my life. Always will be. And then along the way, I've played instruments. When I was really young, like 4th grade, played violin. And I was good at it. The teacher wanted me to keep going, but I just wanted to try like a brass instrument for some reason. It just appealed to me more because you weren't allowed to do it in 4th grade. You had to wait till 5th grade. So I was like, all right, 5th grade's finally here. You can do
some jazzy stuff.
I can do some. So I did trombone. Which so yeah.
That's sick though.
Yeah, so I did trombone, but I eventually stopped doing that. I think like 6th grade I stopped with that. 7th and 8th grade I was too cool.
Too cool for school?
Yeah, too cool for school.
Yeah. No, yeah, I get that. Like,
and then high school, get back into drama club and stuff.
Yeah.
So, and we also took TV. I took another electronic music, like electives. All like so.
Where you learn a bunch of other things. Like, there's so much out there. You know what I mean?
Something better than like math or history. Like, history's cool.
Well, the thing is about math and history is like those are required classes. Like, you get enough of that shit, and like
you get enough of that.
That shit's not like that. It's not important because it is, but like you get so much of that. You get completely like inundated with it, where it's like there's so many other classes out there that like I wish I took. When we talk about our high school experiences and like talk about like teachers that were awesome. Like, there's some teachers I never got to experience that like I would have loved to have been in their class, because I feel like they were interesting teachers like econ. There's obviously no one's gonna know who these people are, but like ZK talks about econ class. Merck took like astronomy, I think, and he took like one of those classes.
Yeah, that's cool.
And oceanography or something like that, and
Shouts.
things like that. Like I didn't even like know that like that wasn't even a thing. Like I think about like talking about the one-dimensional thing. It's not even like you. It's not like you yourself are one-dimensional. It's like sometimes like you don't have the resources to not be one-dimensional. It's sometimes like that, or sometimes like you don't have the guidance. You know what I mean? Because like I didn't really like start getting more like branching out a little bit to like probably like later middle school, because like I just didn't know like there was so much other things around me. You know what I mean? Like, and no one like guided me. Like there was other things like this or this class or that curricular or that thing. Like people just like didn't point them out to me. And like I noticed them because I was just like a scared little kid. You know what I mean? Just like
a bot.
Yeah, just a bot. Just like not
a big bot.
Not obtaining the moment. Obviously, I'm a kid. Like I don't really get it, but like just like I wasn't trying to like look at other outlets, and it wasn't until like it's just like it comes to you, kind of. It stumbles to you. Like you're gonna find it. It's gonna come to you. And
facts.
I think guidance is so important as a kid. So much like so many learning process, so much development happens when you're so young, and like it's impossible for you to do that yourself. Like you need good people that can guide you. You need people.
Yeah, you need. That's like
show the way. Like things that like can, whether you don't like them or not, like things that you should do to like kind of help you figure out you and what you want to do, what you like. And
yeah, and I feel like that, like in sports, like your coaches are people you could look up to.
Any authority figure, as long as they're
coaches, teachers,
as long as they're good at it, like can be
right.
Anybody can really be a role model as long as like what they're doing is good for you. You know what I mean? But like if you got some coaches or teachers or role models that are kind of just like bums, like not really doing what they need to be with their craft, and like you're gonna be poorly guided. So and like you won't know it.
Coaching matters.
Yeah, just like influence matters. People that influence you, right? Like we'll talk about some coaches. Like our head coach when we were seniors. Like people can say what they want about him, like on the field, but like I just feel like as a person, he tried his best to like get people to do the right thing. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
he's all about that.
We had a huge culture shift when he was
very righteous type of person. Yeah,
like
big culture shift.
A lot of things that were happening.
Yeah,
on and off the field, like players getting in trouble and stuff. He nipped that in the bud.
Yeah, and that can't happen no more.
So I mean,
yeah,
that's really what coaches should be
pushing the righteous side. I get it.
Like you're trying to win football games and it's high school, like even college. You're trying to win.
But you want to be,
but you want to
be a good
Your job
person.
is to make them a better person.
Yes, exactly.
Not necessarily a better player, but obviously both.
Both.
Their job is
they
both.
Go hand in hand.
Yes, their job is both. But
yes,
the person is more important than the player.
Yeah, and I think that
obviously
should go with any type of teaching and coaching. Like your job is to make them a better person, and then player. Student athlete type thing, and like
athlete student.
Athletic student. And
some would say.
But no, like I think person, student, athlete, in my opinion. Like learn how to just like maneuver in this life. And like you need to get that from people that have been through it, people that have, good insight, good things that they can lead you to. But yeah, finding those mentors, those people, it's kinda hard. It's hard to find a lot of good people that are there for you. Like do you feel like you had a lot of good mentors in your life, a lot of good people that guided you?
No, I definitely did.
Speak on that. Speak on some of them.
A lot of coaches coming up. I mean, let's see.
The Rents, of course.
Yeah, the Rents. Shout out Pops.
Shout out.
He coached me in
Little League days.
Yeah, in baseball for years. Like, if I was playing baseball, he was coaching pretty much. So all the way through high school. He obviously crafted me, or that sounds kind of weird, but
no, he built you up.
yeah, he was a very strong influence on me in sports and showed me how to, right from wrong, all that. But who else? I mean, a ton of coaches in high school I had that influence. Obviously, we talked about our football coach, also my head basketball coach. Every basketball coach, like freshmen, they only let the freshmen play freshman ball, and that was a great year because it was just like the grind. Like practice was just run suicides, all practice, and then shoot free throws and layup. Practice layups, free throws, and run. Just fundamentals as it gets.
Yeah.
But it was just.
But it got you right.
It got you right. It was just such a grind, but.
That's what you need, though.
Everyone on the team can attest. Shout out P Mac, amongst many others. That it was a great grind. Great grind.
I think it's
shouts.
Yeah, shouts. I think it's so important as a team to run together. And it sucks. Trust me, being there, having to do the suicide sucks. But there's something so. I really believe there is a higher, just a higher efficiency or a higher power when
you need that. It's a necessity if you're a coach to run your team.
It's just
together.
The mental toughness you gain from that, helps you immensely and everywhere else.
You bring each other along.
Yes, and your cardio will get there. Don't worry about the cardio. It sucks in the moment. You're gonna be wheezing. It's gonna
just
suck.
Do it.
Your heart's gonna get there. That's the best part of it. The worst part of it is the fucking mental fortitude you have to have when you're I can't run more, and he's fucking blowing the whistle, but I can't if you can't slow up.
Teammates
you
are for
slow
to
up.
Bring you along.
Exactly. Hey, we're almost done. Let's go. Come on. Let's keep going. It's only getting better. And the thing about things like that harsh, aggressive work, exercise, makes you so mentally tough. I think that's that fortitude is so important.
And then the team all gets that and grows together as a team.
And as an individual,
And of course as individuals.
Yeah. Team and individual, because if someone's slacking, then you got to do extra. So no one can be slacking. So that's how you got to build up as a team. And as an individual, you have to be all right, I have a responsibility right now to just grind.
You can't let your teammates down.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
It just, these are big fundamental things that I think everyone's got to learn at such a young age. You know what I mean? You need that. That's people miss out on that, dude. People miss out on that grind, that mental fortitude, that mental toughness, and that shit's good for you, man. You don't want to miss out on that.
Yeah.
Get out of your comfort zone. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. That's the only
comfortable being uncomfortable.
That's the only staple in life, is get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
And the other thing is, we talked about it. I don't think it was on the pod, but the things you go through define your worth. If you don't go through anything, if you don't go through anything, you have no worth. You need to experience things to be able to
provide something to the table.
Yes, bring something to the table, some knowledge, some previous experience.
Yeah.
So
I kind of agree with that, because we talked about it before with AD on the pod, and we were talking about how if I just handed you a brand new Mercedes car, you'd be obviously so thankful, you'd love it.
The Benzo,
right? But
shouts, sponsor us.
That's coming. But if you
the Bice Benz,
let's go.
Beamer Benz and Bisley. Shouts.
Shouts Lloyd Banks. Lloyd Banks on the Bice. But yeah, it's if you were handed something versus you having to work and spending your own time, your own important value on it, you cherish it way more, right? So that's why when somebody is a little weathered, a little experienced, been through some type of adversity, some type of challenge that shapes them, that's some value, that's some experience right there. That's some knowledge you just
That's
gained.
one day smarter.
Yeah, that's literally one day smarter. That's some knowledge you just gained, and that you'll never learn from a textbook. No one can ever teach you it. It's just something you got to experience, and it's something that everyone goes through a little differently. And I think no matter what challenges you've been through, no matter what the adversity was, it's that's a moment to grow. That is
Absolutely.
always a moment
Absolutely.
to never give in. That's a moment to use that whatever happened to you and turn that into something that fuels you, something that where you can learn from it and get better. Because
Yeah, you don't make mistakes. You learn.
Yes, 100%. And I was just talking about this with T Beck. Like, there's no way that any of us are gonna go through some bullshit, literally walk through hell and not come out of it with something. You know what I mean? Like,
Not be better
I'm taking
from
something
it.
with me. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, I'm not going through that for nothing because that means you just went through it for nothing. And like, I'm coming out of that bitch with something. I'm
Yes.
bringing something home with me. I'm bringing that bitch home with me. You know what I mean? Like,
bring in the bacon. Bring home the bacon.
exactly. And you know, like, there's no way you can just let yourself go through like such, crucial moments without getting better out of it. And like, I will not allow any that to happen to anyone because that is time and life wasted. And
Yeah.
even when you're going through the hell moments and like life sucks and like you're in a dark spot, like there's still a lot to love in that time. You know what I mean?
Hey, Chinese farmer.
Chinese farmer, you gotta be comfortable with uncomfortable stuff, but you also have to love the grind. And like, there's good and the bad. Like, if you can just see that, be a little more open-minded, a little more
just
self-aware that like, hey, like, it's a grind right now. I'm running sprints right now. I can't fucking breathe. But like, like something good's gonna come out on the other side of it. Like, just see that there's
absolutely.
a path. There's for sure a path. It's hard to see when, you're in the middle of the tunnel. You don't see the light. Things are fucked. It's hard to see, but like those moments of when shit's not going your way and all you want to do is freak out because you got that anxiety, don't know what to do. Those are the moments where you gotta be your best. You know what I mean? How you answer that. You know what I mean? Those
You just gave me the chills.
Those are so
Give it up for
important.
that.
No,
Thank you.
that's the number one thing is like when shit just not going your way, everything fucking sucks. If you handle that like the way you're supposed to, there's like nothing's gonna stop. Like, you're not breaking. You know what I mean?
Nothing can hurt you.
Nothing can hurt you.
You know?
Because it's so easy when things go your way. Like, everything's in life fucking perfect. This, that, the other thing. And like, it's so easy to just like, oh, this is awesome. This is great. Life's great. But like, you got to be in those moments. You got to be remembering when you were fucking going through it. And, and you had to stay calm and collected in that moment. Now you're in a good spot where like, you got to be grateful for that. And if you're ever in a good spot.
Can't be complacent though.
Yeah, 100%. Like, if you're ever in a good spot and like, you've never really truly felt like that adversity, like, don't take it for granted because you'll hit hard when you hit that rock bottom. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, it's not about how many times you fall down.
Fall 7, get up 8.
How many times you get back up.
Yeah.
Dust yourself up and keep on going.
Yeah.
Give it up for that.
I agree.
Thank you.
Do you have any moments where you feel like you fell down 7, got up 8?
Yeah, man. I mean, I feel like I'm falling down 1,000,000, getting up 1,000,001.
Yeah.
Like,
it never goes away.
It never ends. It's
a daily thing.
Constant struggle, you could call it. I don't want to call it.
Yeah.
I think that's a bad connotated word. But it's like
it's just a battle. That's all it is.
It's just the ebbs and flows of life.
Ebbs and flows. Yeah.
I mean, just take what life gives you, I guess, and make the most of it and be grateful for what you got. Because you don't know what you got till it's gone.
That's a great song. Shouts.
What's the next line?
Ooh, bop, bop, bop. I forget. Is that John Mayer?
Let's go. I don't know.
I think that's John Mayer. I forget. I don't know. Hey, well, you got the connects if you want to do that. But no, yeah. If there's anything, you can draw from this, it's just that you gotta maneuver life well, and it's hard to maneuver life well. It's fucking hard. It's not easy, and everything you experience is gonna help you maneuver through life. So make sure that whatever you experience is important.
Yeah, make sure you're learning from
You got good mentors. It comes full circle. You got good
Make
people.
a mistake. It's not a setback. It's just a new you're 1 day smarter.
Yep, you use that.
We got to trademark that.
To get
device,
better.
1 day smarter.
1 day smarter. You use that to get better.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, just make sure you surround yourself with people that, guide you well, guide you right. Like, it's sometimes you trust people that shouldn't be trusted. That's how it is. Sometimes, you get lucky, you find good people. Just be grateful. And yeah, you put yourself on the path where you want to be at in life. And yeah, who you surround yourself is super important. People don't really question the people that's around them. And I think you got it a little bit. Because
you're judged by the company you keep, and you should also judge yourself by the company you keep as well, I'd say.
Facts. Even certain people around you, like, how do you feel like your group around you shaped you growing up? Like, speak on that a little bit. Like, do you think your life would have been different if you hung out with different type of people?
Yeah, for real. There's definitely kids. Everyone knows, like, if you hang out with the bad kids, you probably get into a bad situation. You hang out with
and before I just wanted to say, like, previous, like, bad is tough for a kid because obviously a kid you don't know really what you're doing. So I don't want to say bad, but just people that, like, aren't being responsible.
Yeah, just what was the question again?
Yeah, like, how important is it to keep, like, a good crew around you, and, like, how do you feel like you
got
that crew around you?
I mean, forget childhood. Like, this applies to life in general. Like, if you surround yourself with people who are on their grind, trying to do something with their lives, or uplifting and motivating people and yourself, then that's great. If you're around people who are, doing there's nothing wrong with partying, drinking, whatever.
Life,
experiencing life. Everything in moderation, obviously.
Responsibly, right?
Responsibly.
As we talk about.
But if someone's doing that too much and really not focused on bettering themselves, then that's going to bring you down if you're hanging around with them. So who would you rather hang out with, if you're actually trying to be productive, if you're actually trying to, strive for better things? Yeah,
and that comes down to just, like, sacrifice, right? And, like, things that, like, you got to be willing to sacrifice. And, like, as a kid, like, it is hard to, like, make these decisions of, like, sacrificing, like, trying to do, like, fun things with your friends versus, like, getting on your grind, because that's, like, such a big ask I feel like it is to do of a young person, you know what I mean? But like, if you're able to do that, if you're a young person listening right now, you're in high school, like, if you're from the ages like 14, 18, like, those are crucial times. You're gonna have to make some decisions of, things that can propel you or, retract you. And, like, I think if you're able to, like, make those decisions that where you're like, oh, I don't want to do that tonight, I'm gonna do this instead, there's
the earlier you can start doing that, be cognizant of those decisions, the better off you'll be.
That's so crazy. Like, I wish I had that guidance, someone to tell me that when I was young.
Yeah, so shout out, share this with the people who need to hear it. People who need to hear it, share that.
No, but there's this one example. You at the gym at Barry's. Shout out Barefit, by the way.
Shout out Barefit. Shout out.
So at Barefit, there's a young kid there. His name's Weston. Shout out Weston.
Shout out.
I probably shouldn't have said his name, but whatever. We're going to call him Wes. Young kid.
We'll call him Kit Kat Bar.
Kit Kat Bar. So whatever. He's a young kid. He's like 15. He's in school. He just wants to get better at sports and stuff. So he's just grinding in the gym. He's a young kid. And, like, dude, at 14, like,
shouts.
15, I think, is when I started lifting. Like, I think he's 14, and, like, he already, like, knows what he's doing. Like, he'll come in,
he's a vet.
Write out his workout on the board. He's 14 years old, get his workout done, and then wait for his parents to pick him up because he's, like, 14, 15.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, can't drive. Literally just parents drop him off. He just grinds, does it all himself. Like, he already has, like, an idea, knows what he's doing. I had no clue. When I first started lifting, I was kind of just, like, being stupid with it, and then that's when, shout out Barefit, put us on. But
shout out.
If I didn't have Barefit to, again, another person to guide me, teach me, show me really these crucial things, then, I don't know. Like, where would I be, right? But this kid...
You'd be squatting with the Smith machine.
Right, yeah, literally. So, but this kid, Kit Kat
Shout
bar
out.
is he's young. He's starting younger. Already has the knowledge and the idea. I know like lifting is now very popular and like it's hard to like not find that. Like there's so much information out there to teach that. There wasn't as much back in like 2012. You know what I mean?
Right.
When we were going through high school. But like yeah, now like he's just so smart. Like just like knowledgeable about exercise and like damn, that's crazy. And
That's crazy.
but yeah, like that kid's making sacrifices. Like instead, like he just had to go to school, had to go to practice, and now instead of like doing something else, he's like, oh, I'm going to Barry's. I'm 14 years old. I'm
he's
going to
getting
Barry's,
right.
getting right. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to get bigger, get stronger, get better, all that stuff. So
Shout out.
yeah,
He's grinding. I mean, that's all it takes. He's got the recipe.
And yeah, like if exercise isn't your thing, there's a million other forms of exercise that you can do that isn't weightlifting that I think can be beneficial to you. I think any form of movement, walking, running, dancing, baseball, anything. Literally anything you do is just like any type of exercise is good for you. And
You get shredded off doing anything. Yeah, like
just grind.
Don't matter.
It don't matter. Just find
Dancers are shredded.
Yeah. And like
that's all they do.
If that's not your thing, like there are definitely like other ways around it. There's 100% of other things you can do. And if like things like, going to the library and just reading books, it's a good hobby. That's something I want to get into. That's cool.
Yeah, I definitely want to get into reading.
Yeah. I want to like just like go to the library, just spend an hour a day.
Keeps a doctor away.
Literally, right? And it's just like, yeah, that's like things like I want to do like guitar, right? Like I just want to spend an hour a day. Just like play a little bit.
Hell
you know? And like you don't need to learn some cool new trick. You don't need to learn anything new. You just need to put in your hours. Just like little things like that. Just like put in an hour a day and like you're going to get better at it. Hour whenever you can, really. Like I know we all live busy lives, but like
1% better, one day smarter.
Another thing is like we talk about is like time's valuable, right? So like what you spend doing with your time, it must be really important to you because you're not going to get those hours back. This hour of us just sitting on this pod, we're not going to get back, but I'm not regretting it because this pod's a good thing. There's good things that can be drawn, good things that can be made out of this. So, T-Beck, what do you feel like you've experienced in life where like you feel like you have that wasted time or you've applied good time? Do you feel like you've wasted time?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I'm victim of it.
But you've also applied good time, you feel like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so that's the thing. Like we said before, it's like a constant battle, constant
struggle, yeah.
It's life. It just keeps going and going and going. So, it's never going to be, oh, you figured it out, it's over with, no, don't have to think about that again. It's always going to be, how am I going to do that better? How am I going to get better? How am I going to get better? Or how am I going to react to that better? Whatever. So, yeah, there's definitely times where I fall victim to wasting time. I know I could be doing something productive, but I lay around, sit around, do something that's not productive.
Yeah.
But then on the flip side, there's definitely times where I'm like, all right, like, let's go, let's be productive, let's do this, do that, do the other thing.
Yep.
I definitely need more of that and less of the wasting time. I feel like everyone does. Me specifically, I know what I need to avoid and invest my time into.
Right.
And I feel like that's even constantly changing as well. So
yeah, and like
it's all about choices. Life's all about choices.
Definitely.
Whatever choice you want to make.
Yeah, and that's not to say like you have to be constantly being productive like 24/7. Like we're in it for the long haul. Like whatever this is, like we're in it for the long haul. So it's like whatever you miss a day, like I didn't get to do my laundry today. Oh, I didn't get to hit the gym today. Oh, I didn't get to, play guitar today. Oh yeah, I didn't get to.
You owe me a soda.
Wavelength. Oh, I didn't get to read a couple pages in that book today. Oh, I didn't get to do this. Oh, I didn't get to cook this, that. Like that's fine, but we're in for the long haul. So it's like get it back the next day. Get it back next time you can. Like whenever you miss a day, you just needed some time. Like you worked really hard and needed some time off. Like yeah, trust me, there are times where like, when you live on your own, right? There's so much you have to look out for. You gotta clean your apartment. You gotta clean your room. You gotta clean you know, everything. You gotta
shovel snow. You gotta
you gotta take care of your shit. You gotta cook. You gotta cook for yourself, right? And you gotta eat.
You got a
somehow.
dog. Shouts.
And I do got a dog. You gotta take care of the dog. You gotta take him for a walk. You gotta do your laundry.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta fold your laundry. You gotta do all this stuff.
Shouts.
And yeah, you gotta maintain, right? Now you have a life to maintain. You got a room to maintain. You got things you gotta keep up. And it's like sometimes it adds up. Sometimes there's days where like, you know, I had a tough week and it's like, oh, like now I gotta do laundry. I gotta go grocery shopping. I gotta cook. I gotta do things like that. You know, and it's like it's a grind.
Yep.
But
it
like,
adds up.
You squeeze it in. You find time. You know, you make it work. You know, that means you gotta get up at 7. Then you gotta go to bed early that night. You know, like this past weekend, Friday we were supposed to ball. I missed out on it, which I wish I got to play with the boys. But you know, I think I really
shout out number one point guard in the country, Randy Barringer.
Tie back. That's not me. That's him. But no, yeah, like I decided to just stay in, catch up with some good sleep. Got up, went to the grocery store early, banged that out. No one was there. I was sick, and then I hit some jits. You know, got a productive day.
Hell yeah!
And if I would have
shout out Blue Belt.
cooked too. Shouts. I would have cooked too, but we were gonna go watch the fights at Delirious, so I had to cook today, which I did before this pod.
Mangiare,
and here we are now. So it's like those things I have to like mentally map out of my brain. Like, okay, like weekends are obviously like the only times I can really do that. So it's like, how do I space it throughout my weekend so I don't make it too overwhelming and I can give myself time to recharge.
Facts.
You know? So that's like you said, it's everyday choices that you got to make, and like if you miss out, that's fine. Get it back the next time because we're in it for the long haul.
Facts. But yeah, I mean, like you said, it's obviously life short, but days are long, life is short, but we want to make the best choices we can, as much as we can, so, you know. But
yeah,
obviously there's time.
We're not perfect.
Yeah, there's plenty of time where you can goof off in a sense and like everything
too.
Yeah,
you
enjoy
don't
life.
gotta be a Nazi, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But
I feel like
it's all about balance.
Where we were stemming from with this.
It's all about balance. I don't know.
I forget. Hey. Either way, these are some good life habits you're going to have to learn when you live on your own and do your own thing, you know? So when you just become a fully independent person, and shit's not easy. But yeah, I guess like another thing about being fully independent is you got to be really secure with yourself, because you're only going to have yourself, right? You know, when you're a fully independent person, you know, you only got you relying on you. And so you got to be able to be sturdy and hold you up. How do you be sturdy and hold yourself up, Todd? Do you feel like you've ever had moments where you weren't able to do that?
I don't know about any specific moments, but I will say that there's definitely times where you do need other people to help you, and, you know, family members, friends,
Facts.
whoever it may be. But what's important is having those people to be in your corner. Like when, you know, if times get tough, you can lean on them, and you know that you could do the same for them. And that's, you know, the beauty of family and friends. And, you know, that's why we have them, you know?
I think that's a really good a way to approach it, that you auto went to like other people, because that's so true. Like everyone else, like people go through the same things.
Yeah,
people
so
relate
you can,
to you, and
they relate, but they can also offer another perspective.
Exactly.
To help, you know, help you like, think about things. I don't know.
You have someone else to lean on.
Exactly.
When you're not strong,
I'll be your friend.
We all need. No, but for real. And you know, but sometimes, you know, some people don't have someone to lean on, though. Just play devil's advocate. But yeah, I think that's number one. Is like, go to people that can uplift you, people that can, you know, inspire you.
And if you don't have someone like that,
don't have that. What do you do T-back to kind of you internally? What's your internal? It's just you on you. Get out of hell now.
Yeah, that's just like you kind of got to dig deep. Like,
Just trust yourself a little bit,
yeah, trust yourself, believe in yourself.
but also get out of your own way, maybe.
Yeah, you have to be smart enough to get out of your own way, because you can't. You'll never be able to know everything. You have to be able to admit when you're wrong and you need help on something.
Facts.
So go to an expert on that, and they will teach you. And that's just something else you'll learn. Hashtag another day smarter.
Hashtag another day smarter. And yeah, and like, yeah, to be a secure, independent person, you can only rely on you. It's, I think that's like a lifelong project. That's something that you're going to be constantly working on. That's not just going to happen for you.
Chipping away.
You chip away at it, right? And, I can't think of any specific moments for me either. But yeah, like I think when like when there are times of doubt and you're kind of going through something and you just like don't have the power, the energy anymore, like I think that's when you, like you said, you kind of dig deep, you get a little gritty, and you just kind of like fucking power through even more. You know what I mean?
It's all about grit. Shout out my college football coach, Andy McKenzie.
Shouts.
Favorite thing to say.
Shouts.
It's all about grit, gentlemen. It's all about grit.
Yeah, it is. We were able to kind of just like, when you can just get gritty and get in like
if you can hit
dirty moments.
If you can hit the gritty, it's also beneficial.
You can hit the gritty too. That helps. Yeah, being able to have fun. But yeah, like if you can get gritty, kind of like pick yourself up out of the mud, that's like the most secure you'll ever be. And like that really helps form you into a very independent person. It's just like, like being able to pick yourself up even when you have like no energy to keep going. Just pick yourself up. And that's what's really cool.
Sir.
So
yes,
like
sir.
I think that's like to rely on yourself. Yeah, just trust yourself, fucking grind. Get out of your way. Don't, cuz sometimes getting out of your own way is such like a hard thing, cuz like sometimes you're your own worst enemy and you don't really even know it. And that's why when you say trust yourself, get out of your own way, is that like sometimes you just ruin shit for yourself because you're being NPC behavior, You gotta just trust that like life's got a path for you and you just gotta follow it, get out of your path.
You just gotta take those steps.
It's like the car with the dog and the grain, right? Like it's just like if you're getting in your own way, going against the grain, like you're gonna get dragged anyways. So just let it go, let it move. And but yeah, always
go
look
with
to
the flow now. Go with the flow.
Go with the flow, and always look to others around you. Again, surround yourself with good company, others that can be there for you, for sure. I think those are great answers. But yeah,
thank you. I appreciate it.
But yeah, is there anything else that the people should know about Tie Back? What else do you want them to know? What else could you tell
I think that what they need to know is coming up. So stay tuned for what the Bites have in stock.
Hell yeah.
Because you don't want to be left in the back with the boys in the back.
No, you want to be there.
You want to be in the back with the boys in the back. Yeah, you don't want to be.
So hop on the train. Things are only getting better. We're only improving. We got a lot to offer.
We do know a train conductor, and we do know a weatherman. Shouts.
Yeah, we really do.
So whatever you need, we got.
It's coming.
Hop on the train. Choo choo. Here we go.
Hop on the train. Hop on the train. Yeah, a lot of good things to come. Again, we want to get more into these deep dive talks. We want to do more betting, more. We want to touch college ball.
Talk about everything.
Everything. I want everything. Everything. Tell a hater you could rest in peace. Rest in peace. I don't ever let them get to me. All right. But yeah, we've been going an hour and 10. You want to keep going? You want to call it?
I mean, what else we got on the docket? I mean,
I got some music stuff, but do you think we should save that for another pod?
Yeah, we could do that.
All right.
We could. Yeah.
I'm content with what we got here. I think, it's a scope. We got a scope of things that, we're gonna be kind of all over the place. You know what I mean? We're gonna be
touching upon a lot of different topics for sure.
Although, we're pretty streamlined. We like to be like, all right, betting for this, for that, or update on this sport, on that sport, or news, things, music, like things like that. although we're gonna have it be streamlined like that, we're not gonna do like strictly just one pod is one thing. One pod is just we're gonna let it flow.
A pod's a pod, you know. You just talk.
And what feels right is we're just gonna talk about it. You know what I mean? Whether it's deep simp shit or like sports or like music,
anything,
or like anything. You know what I mean?
Literally anything.
It's just we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna let it ebb and flow.
Ebb and flow.
Ebb and flow.
Don't you know? You
Yeah.
know Randy is the man. He will fix it like handy manny.
All right,
We need some work. We need some work on that. We need some work.
You're crazy. All right.
But yeah, please. If you watch to this point of the video, honestly, we are your biggest fan.
Facts.
We appreciate it so much. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe.
100
all
subscribers
that
is coming soon.
Yeah, if we get to 100 subs, what are we gonna do?
100 sub, we do a gym vlog.
Well, yeah, we're gonna start doing gym vlogs if we get to 100 subs. And you guys at
Workout
home,
vlog, and
you guys at home who know what Randy's all about,
and T-Back's all about,
you're gonna see a little sneak peek into how he got so shredded.
And T-Back got shredded and big.
Nah, not me.
Nah, you. No, but for real, yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna teach you guys.
Thank you guys so much.
Important things.
But yeah, much more to come from the Bice. Stay tuned.
And if you got no guidance from elsewhere, you'll get guidance from here. So tune in. We'll get you through.
Yeah, if you were watching this, if you were watching this thinking, "Oh, I don't have anyone to lean on. I don't have anyone to guide me."
That's cap.
That's cap because
the Bice
we got you.
Are riding shoddy with you.
Yes,
we're taking you on the way.
You're always riding shoddy when the Bice are in the back.
All right, T-Back.
Let's go.
Let's dance out on this one.
Dance it out. Like, comment, subscribe.
Please, thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Give me something, man. I got this hoodie over my goddamn fucking shit's choking me. Fucking shit's broken me.
It's the outro. It's choking me. It's broken me.
Ay.
In the sink.
Ay.
Yeah, it's soaking me. Yeah, my jump shot is woken me.
Ooh.
Now my jump shot is broken, see. Randy, give me what I need.
Call 911, this shit's an emergency. I'm coming through with your girl in an urgency. Yeah, me and fucking T-Back sitting in my spaceship looking for some aliens to lay waste to. Hey, yeah, we like the fucking cops. If you a fucking op, you're getting fucking dropped. Oh, like a bad habit. When I'm in that saddle, I'm like Arthur Morgan with my fucking Jack Rabbit.
Jack Rabbit.
Your
Jack
turn.
Rabbit. Yeah, it's the Jack Rabbit. We are never going to quit because we are too legit. Too legit. Ayy. Too legit. Ayy. Too legit. Ayy. Too legit. Now I'm a happy cowboy. Call me Jerry Jones. Happy cowboy. Call me Jerry Jones.
And if you a lazy bitch and ain't cutting all the flack, then we will kill you, put you in the sack. But we ain't that violent. We'll cut you slack. Just always know you riding shoddy with the Bice in the back.
Hey, Bice in the back. Put some more. Shout out Coach Q. He say that every practice. Yeah, big Randy dancing.
Shouts Q.
Shouts Q. You know what it do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Far too kind.
Thank you.